For the lion pride, this is a time of reward. The hunt is over, their bellies full, their cubs playful and safe for now. In a land ruled by strength, theirs is a moment of victory. But in the distance, something stirs. Across the plain, a shadow moves. Not swiftly, but with purpose, with certainty. The elephants have arrived. Led by their ancient matriarch, the herd moves with quiet power. She has lived through drought, through fire, through war. She has seen lions take the weak. And she has learned that survival demands more than strength. It requires presence. To the elephants, the kill means nothing. They are not predators. They do not hunger for flesh. But this is their land. This is their waterhole. And they will not tolerate scavengers in their path. The lions do not yet move, confident in their pride, in their power. But the matriarch does not bluff. Her warning is no longer subtle. This is a declaration, a challenge, a promise of force. Even the king of beasts knows when to retreat. Against the might of the elephant, fang and claw are meaningless. It is not an attack, it is a reclaiming, not of a kill, but of respect, of territory, of peace. The lions wait at a distance, watching, learning. In this wild land, power is not always in the kill, but in the courage to defend without blood. As darkness falls, the lions drift away into the night. The elephants remain unmoved. For this evening, the giants have spoken. They are the guardians of memory, of the earth, of each other. And when their family is threatened, even by a pride of lions, they do not run, they rise. Before him lies the carcass of a freshly slain giraffe. The kill is not new, perhaps felled by lionesses of his pride or stolen from less fortunate hunters. But ownership here is dictated by strength, and with casual dominance, the lion claims what is now his. Gripping the heavy body in his massive jaws, he heaves it across the dry earth. His shoulders bunch, claws digging into the soil for purchase as he drags the carcass away from prying vultures and opportunistic hyenas. Each powerful tug sends a shudder through the lifeless form, dust rising in small clouds around them. There is a savage grace in his labor. The mighty cat pauses only to lift his regal head, golden eyes scanning the horizon. The low growl rumbling from deep within his chest serves as both warning and promise. This feast is his alone. Once satisfied the area is secure, he resumes his grim work, hauling the carcass into the partial shade of an acacia. Here he will feed in relative peace. Tearing through hide and sinew with crushing jaws, sustaining the formidable engine of muscle and ferocity that makes him ruler of this untamed realm. He walks alone now, a figure both majestic and feared. This is him, the monarch of this kingdom, a male lion in his prime, scarred, battle-worn, yet unbroken. He is not merely a predator, he is power incarnate. A lion like this does not simply survive. He dominates. He shapes the landscape around him, not only through fear, but through presence. His scent marks the borders. His roar commands the night. It is a sound that travels for miles, a declaration not of hunger, but of ownership. A warning to all challengers. This is mine. The animals of the savannah know the call. Some flee, others freeze. Even those far beyond his reach heed the message. Once he ruled with others, brothers bound in blood and ambition. Together they overthrew an older king, seized a pride, sired cubs. But time, like drought, wears down all things. Rivals rise, brothers fall. Now he alone remains. Even alone, he is formidable. A lone male lion can patrol a territory of over 100 square kilometers, every inch defended, every challenge met with fury. But there is always another, younger, stronger, waiting in the shadows, waiting for weakness. And time is no ally to a king. He has felt the toll. Age creeps silently through the joints. Old wounds ache. The chase takes longer. The fights harder. But the fire remains. For a lion, the hunt is never guaranteed. His size, his pride, his power, it slows him. Unlike the lionesses, he is not the agile killer. But when he strikes, the world moves. This time, he fails. The grasslands do not pity the old. Every missed hunt brings hunger. Every day without food makes the next harder still. Still, he does not yield. He cannot. Because to a lion, to rule is to endure, to fight until the very last breath. Not for glory, not even for survival, but because it is who he is. He is not yet defeated. The night is his ally. His roar still holds power. His presence still shapes this world. And as long as his breath draws in the dry, wild air of the savannah, this king still reigns. He is the lion, the last king, and his story is not yet over. So for centuries, hyenas have been cast as villains, scavengers, cowards, thieves. But beneath the snarls and the stereotypes lies a master of survival. The hyena is not merely a scavenger. It is a hunter, an opportunist, and perhaps Africa's most successful carnivore. Of the four species, the spotted, the brown, the striped, and the elusive aardwolf, it is the spotted hyena that reigns supreme across sub-Saharan Africa. A matriarchal society, ruthless in discipline and astonishing in intelligence. In a continent where drought, hunger, and predators loom at every corner, survival is an art. Hyenas are masters of it. With jaws stronger than those of any other mammal, they can crush bone to extract every last calorie of marrow. A hyena's digestive system is so efficient it can dissolve hide, hooves, and even teeth. Nothing is wasted. For the hyena, survival is about resilience and resourcefulness. Though often portrayed as scavengers living in the lion's shadow, hyenas are in fact formidable hunters. Up to 70% of their food is caught fresh through teamwork, endurance, and strategy. Their hunts are long, sometimes stretching for miles. They outlast, outthink, and outpace. They communicate with high-pitched whoops, body posture, and scent, coordinating with precision matched only by wolves. Hyenas live in clans, complex social units with up to 80 members. At the helm, the dominant female, larger and more aggressive than any male. Power is inherited through the female line. Even cubs have their hierarchy. Males often live on the margins, waiting, watching. It is a society ruled by strength, intelligence, and matrilineal legacy. Across Africa's great protected areas, hyenas thrive. In Serengeti Plains, in Kruger's Bushveld, in the dry Kalahari. Here, they are safe from the snares, the bullets, the poisons of man. For now. But outside the boundaries, they are often feared, persecuted, and killed. For livestock raids, for superstition, or simply for existing. Hyenas are not just strong, they are smart. Problem solvers. Observers. Capable of recognizing individual humans, remembering locations, and adapting to every challenge. In captivity, they outperform some primates in cognitive tests. Hyenas are nature's janitors, reducing disease and maintaining balance. They clean what others leave behind. Without them, the plains would rot with decay. They are the unsung heroes of the savannah. In the end, the survival of the hyena may depend not on its strength or cunning, but on us. On whether we choose to understand, to protect, and to respect a creature that has walked this earth for millions of years. 4 centuries, the heart of Africa has pulsed with the rhythm of movement, of migration, a timeless journey that defines the very essence of survival. Nowhere is this more powerfully witnessed than here, on the open plains of the Serengeti. Over 1.5 million wildebeest begin their odyssey, joined by hundreds of thousands of zebra and gazelle. They march northward, following ancient paths carved by memory and instinct, chasing the rains, searching for grass. This is not a migration of choice. It is a migration of need. With the dry season upon them, food dwindles. Waterholes vanish. And so the herds move, driven by hunger, guided by the scent of storm clouds. But in the north, a barrier waits, a river unlike any other. The Mara, wide, violent, unpredictable. It is the most dangerous obstacle in the journey, and it must be crossed. For days, the herd will gather on the edge, watching, listening, waiting. The current is strong, the bank steep, and beneath the surface lies death. There is no leader among them, no command to charge, only tension, growing, twisting. It may be hours, it may be days, but the first leap is inevitable. Then, as if struck by lightning, the moment comes. One brave soul takes the plunge, and the flood follows. The Mara explodes into chaos. Mothers cry out for their young. Calves are swept downstream. Some are trampled in the frenzy. And in the depths, silent predators rise. Nile crocodiles, ancient, patient, deadly, strike with ruthless precision. They have waited for this moment, all year. For the crocodile, the crossing is a feast. For the wildebeest, it is survival, nothing more. Those who make it across collapse in mud and silence, shaking, breathing, alive. But not all reunions will happen. Some mothers search endlessly. Others move on with the herd, haunted but unbroken. And as one herd finishes, another begins. The Mara shows no mercy. It never tires. But still, they come, thousands more, because they must. This great migration is more than movement. It is the turning of a wheel that nourishes the land. The wildebeest shape the ecosystem, feeding predators, fertilizing soil, renewing life. From predator to parasite, every creature in the Serengeti is touched by this journey. The crossing of the Mara is not just a test of life and death, it is the lifeblood of an entire world. By season's end, they will return south, retracing their steps with new calves by their side. And when the rains shift again, they will come back to the river, to the crossing, to the test. The wildebeest do not know the future. They do not know the past, but they move forward, always forward, because to stop is to die. In the watery heart of southern Africa lies a world between land and water, the Okavango Delta. Here, in this flooded wilderness, survival requires more than strength. It requires intelligence, cooperation, and courage. And among the reeds, an unexpected inhabitant. A troop of Chakma baboons, masters of dry Savannah, now navigating a world more suited to hippos and crocodiles. Most primates avoid water, but this troop has adapted. In a daily ritual that borders on the miraculous, they leave the safety of dry ground and wade into the wetlands. The swamp is full of peril. Nile crocodiles lurk beneath the lilies, silent and patient. But so too, the marsh offers opportunity. Where there is water, there's life. At first light, the troop emerges from their roost. The baboons sleep in the safety of tall riverine trees, safe from leopards in the night. But at dawn, the search for food begins. Social bonds are the glue of baboon society. Grooming reduces parasites, but more importantly, it builds trust, loyalty, and status. In the delta, food is everywhere and nowhere. The baboons must know what to eat, where to find it, and how to share it. They dig for rhizomes, crack freshwater mussels, and harvest bulbs beneath the muck. Knowledge is passed down through generations. This female has seen more than 20 summers, and her experience feeds the future. Chakma society is a delicate hierarchy. At the top, a single dominant male, powerful and constantly challenged. Beneath him, a network of subordinates, allies, and outcasts. Displays of dominance are common, but full-scale violence is rare. Power, like water, flows, and every baboon knows the cost of a misstep. But the swamp is not theirs alone. Beneath the surface, an ancient predator glides silently. A crocodile. In an instant, gone. For the crocodile, it is another meal. For the troop, a reminder. The water gives, and the water takes away. They reach a dry refuge, a mound of earth rising just above the flood. Here, they feed, rest, and tend their young. The troop knows every path, every safe route, every hiding place. Motherhood in the swamp is a full-time task. Infants must be protected not only from predators, but from jealous rivals and social conflict. As the light fades, so too does the safety of the ground. The delta changes at night. The calls of leopards echo through the reeds. The troop must sleep high, safe from claws and fangs. Tomorrow, they will do it all again. The journey through water, the dance with danger, the daily struggle for food, for safety, and for one another. The Chakma baboon is not just a survivor. It is a thinker, a teacher, a strategist. In a world where nothing is easy, it has learned to adapt, shaping its future with every careful step through the swamp. And in doing so, they remind us, intelligence is not confined to the human mind. It lives in every decision, made in the heart of the wild.